Have you ever seen a 125-pound gentle giant teach a baby how to roll over? Because what happened in a quiet Cotswold cottage completely changed everything we thought we knew about American bullies and children. This isn't just another dog story. This is about a bond so pure it'll make you question why anyone ever feared this breed. Emma and James were living their peaceful life in the heart of Cotswold when two life-changing announcements arrived within the same week. First, an 8-week-old American bully puppy named Titan. Second, a positive pregnancy test. Most people would panic. Most people would return the puppy. But Emma looked down at those massive paws, those soulful eyes, and she knew. Somehow, she just knew this was meant to be. As Emma's belly expanded with new life, Titan grew too, not just in size, but in awareness. He would rest his enormous head on her stomach, perfectly still, as if he understood the precious cargo inside. When the baby kicked, Titan's ears would perk up. When Emma felt tired, he'd position himself as her backrest. It was like watching a 60-pound puppy transform into a 125-pound guardian angel, one gentle moment at a time. The day Oliver came home from the hospital, Titan didn't jump, he didn't bark. He sat at a respectful distance and just watched for hours. James set up a playpen, and Titan would circle it slowly, observing this tiny human who now commanded everyone's attention. But there was no jealousy in those eyes, only curiosity, only wonder. And if you're still watching and haven't subscribed yet, it breaks my heart a little. Because stories like this, stories that show the true beauty of misunderstood breeds, they need to reach more people. If Titan and Oliver's bond has touched you even slightly, that subscribe button is right there. Let's spread this message together. The first time they tried tummy time with Oliver, something magical happened. Emma would gently roll the baby onto his stomach, encouraging those tiny muscles to work. Titan watched intently for 3 days. On the 4th day, when they placed Oliver on the mat, Titan walked over and rolled onto his back right next to him. Then he rolled to his stomach, then back again. He was showing Oliver how to do it. A 90-pound American bully was teaching a 4-month-old baby how to roll over. And if you think that didn't make Emma cry, you don't know a mother's heart. When Oliver got his jumper, Titan found his spot, always at the baby's feet, always looking up. When Oliver bounced, Titan's tail wagged in rhythm. They were in sync in a way that defied explanation. The postman once asked James, "Aren't you worried?" James smiled and said, "About what? The only thing I'm worried about is that my son might love that dog more than he loves me." Oliver's first word wasn't mama or dada, it was pup. And when he said it, he was looking directly at Titan, reaching those chubby little hands toward the gentle giant who had been his companion since before he could even remember. Titan leaned in, letting Oliver grab his ears, his jowls, even his nose. Never a growl, never a snap, just infinite patience wrapped in 125 pounds of pure muscle and even purer love. The terrible twos? Non-existent in that house, because while other parents struggled with tantrums, Oliver had Titan. When frustration built, he'd bury his face in Titan's neck. When excitement overflowed, they'd race through the garden together. Well, Oliver would toddle and Titan would walk slowly beside him, matching his pace perfectly. The neighbors in Cotswold started calling them the Inseparables. Within minutes, Oliver was in it, giggling. Within seconds, Titan had climbed in too, his massive body sending plastic balls flying everywhere. Did it ruin the aesthetic? Absolutely. Did anyone care? Not for a single second, because watching a toddler and an American bully share a ball pit, both covered in plastic balls, both grinning, yes, Titan was definitely grinning, that's the kind of chaos that makes life worth living. The park visits were their sacred ritual. Every Sunday morning, without fail, Oliver would grab Titan's leash, or try to, it was almost bigger than he was, and they'd head to the local park. Other dogs would run wild, but Titan stayed close. When Oliver fell, Titan would stand over him like a protective tent until he got back up. When other children approached, Titan would sit, becoming a gentle mountain that kids could pet and parents could trust. But it was the windows that told the real story. The cottage had these beautiful bay windows overlooking the street, and every afternoon you'd find them there, Oliver on one side, Titan on the other, both watching the world go by, waiting for Dad to come home, watching for the postman, observing the neighbors. Two souls, completely different species, completely the same in the ways that mattered. Emma often wondered what changed her perspective so completely. Before Titan, she'd heard the stories. Dangerous breed, aggressive, unpredictable. But watching her son take his first steps while holding onto Titan's collar for balance, watching him learn empathy by mimicking how gently he needed to touch the dog, watching unconditional love flow both ways, it shattered every stereotype she'd ever heard. There was this moment, a random Tuesday afternoon. Oliver had just mastered walking and was toddling around the living room, so proud of himself. He stumbled, heading straight for the corner of the coffee table. Before Emma could even move, Titan was there. He didn't push Oliver, he simply positioned his massive body between the baby and the table, taking the impact himself. Oliver bounced off Titan's shoulder and plopped onto his bottom, giggling. Titan looked back at Emma as if to say, "I've got him. I'll always have him." The vet once told them, American bullies get a bad reputation, but they're nanny dogs at heart. They just need the right family. Watching Titan with Oliver, it was clear. This wasn't just the right family. This was destiny. Two beings who came into each other's lives at the exact right moment and changed each other forever. Now, when people stop Emma in the streets of Cotswold, they don't ask if she's worried. They ask if they can take a photo. They ask what kind of dog Titan is. They ask if their kids can pet him. And every single time, Titan sits patiently, letting tiny hands explore his ears, accepting gentle pats, showing the world that love is stronger than prejudice. So here's what I want to know from you. Do you believe some bonds are written in the stars before they even begin? Or do you think Emma and James just got incredibly lucky? Drop your thoughts below, because I genuinely want to know what you think about destiny versus chance when it comes to connections like this.